Hey, I'm Steven from the channel EV Tech Steven, where I reviewed over 100 electric skateboards and electric scooters over the last 5 years. Today, I'm guest starring on ESG to review my long-awaited 72-volt beast of a scooter, the Segway GT3 Pro. Segway claims 50 mph top speed and 86-mile range, but we're gonna put that to the test with a 190-pound rider. This is the fastest electric scooter that Segway has ever put out, and is full of features that no other scooters have. Be sure to ask all your questions down below, like how fast is the GT3 while it's carrying me, or how fast am I while I'm carrying the GT3. Don't be shy, your questions help us make better reviews. We're going to be testing acceleration, top speed, braking, decibel, luminosity, and heat dissipation. We're going super in depth because that's what we do at ESG. You are welcome to skip around using the chapters list, but I recommend you to watch the whole thing so you get an understanding of the whole picture. All right, let's get started. Air pump extension, 4-amp charger. Hulk smash, Hulk smash. I'm gonna put it up real quick. That's like the hardest part of this assembly. All right, so the next step is to get these screws and then secure the handlebar to the stem. So that's the entire unboxing process. Easy, clean, simple setup that you can do with one person. All right, it's time to measure the weight of the Segway GT3 Pro. I am 192.1. And let's stand on it. 309.9 pounds. So yeah, the Segway GT3 Pro is very close to the advertised weight of 117 pounds. The surface of the deck, that's completely flat, and that is 18 inches. If we're talking about all the angled portions of the deck, that is roughly around 28 inches. And if we add the entire length, including the metal tubes that you can actually put your foot on, it's roughly about 33 inches. The total handlebar width is roughly about 25.5 inches long. Now let's take a look at the handlebar height. So the handlebar height is roughly about 42.5 inches. So to me, the height feels pretty standard. It doesn't feel too high or too low. It's just pretty darn comfortable for me. And let's also measure the angle of the stem. That is about a 14-degree angle on the stem. The handlebars do come up ever so slightly. It's about a 1-inch rise in height. And if you were to look at this from a top-down perspective, the handlebars do angle backwards a little bit. I'm gonna show you real quick. Right here, you just gotta pull up, push back, and then you gotta catch it. Super quick, that's all it takes. This thing right here, this is not a latch point to the back. Right? If I were to open this up, it does not lock into the back of the scooter like some sort of handle that you can use. The GT3 Pro comes with 11-inch by 3-inch slick tires. These tires are developed by Segway as part of their Seg Range feature. I'm quoting Segway here. These special rubber compounds contain silica, which optimize friction management and minimize heat buildup. It allows for reduced rolling resistance while maximizing grip for control. What this translates to is this satisfyingly grippy and comfortable ride. The GT3 Pro comes with excellent hydraulic disc brakes with dual piston hydraulic calipers. They have a soft, snappy, and linear response. Both the front and rear rotors are 140mm in diameter and 2.3mm in thickness. While on paper they sound small, but they are quite powerful, which you'll see in the brake portion of our real-world test. The GT3 Pro also comes with a regen brake, which I immediately turned off. Also, when the brakes are engaged on the GT3 Pro, the motor cuts off by default. But you can of course turn this feature off, enabling you to do some sick burnouts and advanced maneuvers. There is also an option to turn on SABS, which is the anti-lock braking system. I've tried this feature. Personally, I keep it off as brakes feel weaker when this feature is turned on. But I would personally turn it back on when it's raining or when the road surfaces are slippery. The GT3 Pro comes with a full suspension suite. Both the front and rear suspension preloads are adjustable. Only the front suspension has a rebound adjuster. The front suspension is also called a hydraulic linkage suspension. The linkage part allows the suspension to be placed at a different angle than the stem. Segway says this creates more stability at speed while turning and improves front sagging when hard braking. The suspension is extremely well tuned and comfortable for street use and enables cornering very well. It is a speed and stability focused suspension system. It is not very good when going off-roading or jumping off even small curbs, as there's not enough travel to be a serious off-road suspension. Oh, I definitely bottomed out the springs. The GT3 Pro comes with dual 1700 watt nominal and 3500 watt peak motors for a total peak power of 7000 watts. These motors are extremely smooth and torquey across all speed bands. 50 miles per hour. This is a 72 volt scooter. It should potentially go up faster than that. So that means it's probably software locked to 50 miles per hour. Okay, next, we're gonna have a decibel meter put about 3 feet away from the motor and see how loud it is. 80, 82, 83. This is somewhere between an 81 and 84, and take an average of that. And that is the motor sound, which is actually pretty quiet considering that it's going 50 miles per hour. The GT3 Pro comes with a decently big battery pack at 30 amp hours or 2160 watt hours. Segway would not answer what type of batteries they're using after I specifically asked them, but I am at ease knowing these batteries passed the UL2272 certification. Segway said they're using a proprietary speed controller with a bus current of 75 amps and motor phase current of 175 amps. Okay, let's walk through the dashboard. This is a TFT display, very easy to see during the day, and in order to disengage park mode, you just squeeze the brake lever real quick. Right now we're in S race mode. And in order to change the race mode, you turn this button right here. Okay, you turn it once to go into equal, to go into walk mode, and then sport, your current speed in miles per hour, and then how much power that you're actually pulling, how much range you have left, your trip odometer. On the bottom, that 100, that's how much battery is left. This actually shows I've disabled traction control and I'm currently in 2-wheel drive mode. And you can of course press it once to engage boost mode. Boosting will only give you a short boost, it doesn't stay on forever. This is the light LED button. Once you go into a higher top speed, the bright highlight beam will come on by itself. Of course, there's turn signals right here. There's an audible sound, and the audible sound can be turned off in the app. And of course, you have your little bell button right here, and your horn, and your throttle, of course. Okay, so the GT3 Pro is roughly 6 feet away from a decibel meter, and we're gonna test how loud the horn is and how loud the bell is. That was roughly about 90 decibels. I think it's roughly about 60 something decibels, so the pedestrian bell sounds more comforting to your ear than as opposed to the horn. When all the headlights off, this running light is still on, and we're about 6 feet away, and see what that number is. So the lux is roughly 5.7 with just the automatic running light. I cannot turn this off. Now let's do the low beam. The max is roughly 728 and the minimum is 596. So we're just gonna take an average of that. Now this is the high beam, much brighter. Okay, so this is the correct spot, 2850 to 2700, and we're gonna take an average there. The Segway GT3 Pro comes with many security features, such as the abnormality alert, which will set off an alarm when someone tries to push it away. It has Apple Find My, so you can track it down like an Apple tracker. And it has an air lock. No, not that type of air lock. This feature unlocks the scooter as long as your phone is close to the scooter, and you can choose how sensitive that range is. And lastly, you can set combinations of buttons and levers to press to unlock the scooter. Sorry, no NFC tags here. Alright, we're at 90% battery. Time to do that acceleration test. 2, 1, go. Oh yeah, baby. Woo! It's already so fast, oh my gosh! Sorry, excuse me. It's getting pretty darn fast. Pretty darn fast. Okay, slow down. Man, that was pretty intense. 0 to 30 in 3.93 seconds. Wow. 0 to 40 in 6.27 seconds. Never really hit 50 miles per hour. Let's go for it again. 0 to 30 in 4.19 seconds. 0 to 40 in 6.93 seconds. Now we're gonna test the top speed portion of the test. All right, let's go. I'm gonna use the boost mode to see if I can hit 50 miles per hour. 1, go. Going super fast, 47, 48, 49, 48, 49, 48. GPS says 48, 49, 50. Controller says 50, but my GPS says 48. And that's it. 2, 1, go. Very strong, yet very, very smooth. 0 to 30 in 5.14 seconds, very similar to the previous run. 0 to 20 in 2.61 seconds. Oh! Oh! Wow, okay. This is the cone that I stop at. 3 times I ended up at this cone, and then that's the first time. I don't think I was ready for the first time, but then 3 consecutive times I ended up right here. Super, look at how short this is. Let's go into this tool real quick. Okay, this is the starting point. We're gonna go to this point. 5 feet. It takes just 5 feet to stop. Excellent brakes on this thing. Okay, so I've done 7 miles for the first 25%. All right, let's do a quick checkup. So we're at 61%. I'm 11 miles into this ride. The scooter leans very, very well. Feels very nimble. And I feel like I'm absolutely in control 100% of the time. All right, we're at 49% battery, or roughly half of the battery left. I have 8 miles on my odometer. 8 plus 7 is 15. So I've been riding around for 15 miles. So the acceleration curve on the GT3 Pro is very linear. Whether if you're at a lower speed or a higher speed, say like 30 or 40 miles per hour, as soon as you pull back the throttle, you'll feel a pretty good acceleration, no matter where you are on the speed band. I'm gonna do an acceleration test again at 19% battery, or roughly 20% battery. The reason I do it at 20 is because most electric scooters only show you by 20% increments, so it's much easier to test at 20%. So Ultra Boost is not ready. It wouldn't let me go into Ultra Boost mode. It just keeps saying it's not ready. But I'm just gonna test it without Ultra Boost. 2, 1, go. Oh, pretty good. Definitely softer than before. Speed picks up after 30 miles per hour, still pretty good. The 0 to 30 is at 5.61 seconds, definitely a tad bit slower. Did a 0 to 30 this time in 6.37 seconds. I think the battery meter on the Segway GT3 Pro does a very good job. A lot of other scooters, based on how you ride, the battery capacity or estimate fluctuates quite a bit. The battery meters on those scooters may be unreliable, but for this one, no matter how hard I ride or how easy I ride, the prediction for how much range I have left, it is quite accurate. I like that a lot. I am at 12%. 2, 1, go. Still pretty punchy. 21, 23, 25, 26, 28, 31. I think 30 to 31 miles is like the top limit. So it did the 0 to 30 in 11.97 seconds at roughly 12% battery, which is very, very good. So this is at 5% battery. I'm still going 30 miles per hour. I'm at 1% now. Give me a 25, yeah. 26. 27. Oh wow, at 1% battery? So it seems like 27 is the top speed. I have literally 1% left, so I'm gonna call it a day. I'm gonna see the scooter and see where the hot spots are. The hottest part of the scooter is actually the tires at 115 degrees. And the motors is at 127 degrees Fahrenheit. And then what you can see is the bottom. I'm gonna guess where this is the ESC is, because that's the hottest area and they placed it in the back. Being able to schedule when to charge the battery and set what percentage to top off is extremely convenient. I set mine to 80% maximum charge when I don't need the extra range. This will help extend the lifespan of the battery pack. The ride quality is next level. Everything from acceleration predictability to suspension comfort on paved streets to extreme braking are all tuned amazingly well right out of the box. The app is supercharged with countless features. The Segway app has so many cool features that are actually useful and interesting. It will take me another full review just to go over everything you can do in the app. Would you be interested in that? Let me know down below. Parking mode is annoying. If you have zero start enabled, the GT3 Pro automatically engages parking mode after 5 seconds of idling. To remove the parking mode, you have to enable kickstart in the app. The suspension is tuned for street riding, but is a bit short for extreme off-roading. The GT3 Pro is software limited to 50 miles per hour. Even when going downhill, you can't exceed the speed. I wish the boosted mode would give you a temporary speed boost in addition to acceleration as well. The Segway GT3 Pro is the most polished electric scooter I've ever tested. This is for the rider who wants a 72-volt hyper scooter that also has the best quality of life features in addition to performance. It's also for the rider who wants to own a powerful beast that listens to their commands instead of the other way around. The GT3 Pro has an MSRP of $26.99. Be sure to grab additional savings by using our coupon code listed down below in the description section. If you enjoyed the GT3 review, check out this one on the screen right now as it performs similarly. Thank you and see you on the next one.